Hey y'all, happy Sunday. My name is Sherita Bagby, and today we are going to do our live oracle reading. So I hope you're ready. Are you ready? You're ready. Let's dive in. I hope y'all are having an amazing day so far. You have to bear with me. I'm so sorry. I've got kind of two cameras set up and I'm looking at the wrong one. So we're just going to charge that to the game and keep rolling. So happy Friday, Sunday. Oh my God, I swear the days are running together. Let's just, you know what? Let's just go ahead and dive in. Let's social it up and all that good jazz. So anytime you hear me say the word, or anytime you hear me, see me post the word social, that means stop what you're doing, grab a glass of water or a bottle of water and go, chug a lug, and then boop, make sure you hit like when you're done. Sorry guys, bear with me. I have a few last settings that I need to grab really quick. So sorry. Okay. We're good. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Hey Drea. Hello Nicole. Good morning. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Let's dive in. Let's make it happen. Thank you, God. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit, for all the amazing guidance and direction you give us every single day. We ask that you make this reading clear, make it concise, make it super applicable to each and every one of our individual lives, so we know exactly what it is that you have for us. And all these many wonderful things we ask in unconditional love. Amen. Amen. So, hey guys, here's the deal. Today we are going to, I was doing a little meditation ahead of time. We are going to rock with our Earth Magic deck. I absolutely love this beautiful deck. As you know, I am a Virgo. I'm a Virgo, Scorpio, but I'm an Earth goddess. Love me some Earth stuff. Let me shuffle. Let me do a quick shuffle before I shuffle real quick, y'all. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that you have for us today? What do you have for us going into this beautiful week? Ooh, how many cards? We're going to get 3 cards, guys. First card just fell out. Thank you. Oh, hello. I don't know if you guys saw that. Second card just jumped out. 2 very interesting cards right off the bat. Hey Juanice, good morning. And we just have our third. All right, y'all, are you ready? Yeah, me too. Let's dive in. Ooh, there we go. Is that standing up? Okay, that's standing up. So for our first card, we have Spring Equinox. Spring Equinox. Give me a hot second to find it here. Let's see. You thought this passage you have been through would never end. Just as certain that the light of the world fades every few months, it makes its return, and Earth rejoices. The fresh breath of spring sweeps away the cobwebs acquired from the absence of light. The light is now obviously increasing as nature begins to emerge in all of her many forms, shapes, and colors that remind us of the continual cycles of Earth Mother. This cycle of rebirth you are experiencing follows a considerably challenging time. Any tears you may have shed have cleared away for what has been gestating, which is now ripe and ready to emerge. That which no longer serves you needs to be put to rest so that a freshness and a newness of spirit can make itself known to you. Sometimes birth can be painful, particularly in that passage just before delivery. Yet what emerges can be fresh and beautiful. Be with the emergence of this next cycle with faith and grace. Y'all, this is so awesome in this. Think about everything we've got in the last 3 weeks. Everything the last 3 weeks has been all about your desires are within reach. Everything is coming into fruition. Everything is working out to your highest good. The timing is perfect. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Just allow it to be. Your timing is now. Your desires are within reach. I mean, and on and on and on. And yet here we are reminded still that you are in a position where there's something that you may have been trying to overcome, or a challenge, or a situation that you were in, and you felt like, oh my God, will this ever end? And know that just as the light of the world fades every few months, it makes its return and earth rejoices. That the fresh breath of spring sweeps away the cobwebs acquired from the absence of light. This is that fresh breath of spring. And now is the time again to be, and what's interesting, guys, is in my meditation right before this, I actually just got this personal message myself to take the time to clear away the cobwebs, to release any of those tears, to know of things that maybe are gone or that are past or that have moved in a new direction, to know that they're clearing away for what's been gestating. And most importantly, to be abundantly clear. To just be really clear about what it is that you want, to put away those thoughts and those feelings that are no longer serving you. Maybe you had to think and feel a certain way, which got you to this point. But now that you're at this point, it's time to move forward. It's time to move on towards those things that now continue to move you towards your highest good, that continue to move you towards your goals, what it is that you are trying to create in this life. So really, and here's the key. Sometimes birth can be painful, particularly in that passage just before delivery. Yet what emerges can be fresh and beautiful. And you know, one of the things in my meditation that I kind of had with myself, guys, and I don't say this to brag, I only share because I know me best, and I hope that what I share you can relate to, that it makes sense to you. But one of the things that I recognize that's really different from how I've been in the past is, you know, I've always dreamt and I've always imagined and I've always known that I could do or be or certain things. But the truth is, I never really expected myself to succeed. Whereas now I'm in a position in life where I've had some experience. I've had some things that have come to fruition, that have come to pass. I know what I'm capable of. But here's where that painful part comes along. That painful part comes along because now I have to release those old thoughts that I used to have. And they're so ingrained, their habit, you know, to where it's like, oh, I have to catch myself like, oh, no, you know what? I don't think like that. I don't feel like that. I have to release that. And what's wild, guys, is sometimes thoughts and feelings, they become a part of our identity. You know what I mean? They become a part of who we think we are, so that when we have to release them, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. You know, like, who am I? Is this actually? And then we start sometimes we question ourselves. Am I in the right spot? Is this going the right way? You know, so what I love about this is as we release, sometimes it gets a little painful in the not knowing exactly if we're moving in the right direction. It gets a little frustrating in terms of we feel new and we feel like what's the word I'm looking for? We really do just a lot of times feel new. Like, am I moving in the same direction? Hey, Amy, am I going in the right direction? Am I questioning myself? But yet at the same time, there's that thing that's like deep within us that we know is like moving us, guiding us in the right direction. And we know that it's within us, that this is where we're supposed to be. This is the way that it's supposed to be. So really, guys, this is a real awesome opportunity to connect with yourself and to divine from within. Drea says, I'm here now, the whole rebirth of my thoughts. I've made lots of revelations the last few days. Yes, Drea, yes. That's the word. Thank you. And right here, rebirth. We're in this position of a rebirth, of a recognizing, wait a minute, whoa, I'm not who I used to be. I'm still the same person, but I'm an even more like, even awesome, even more deeply connected version of who I am. I kind of had this realization earlier. I had to laugh at myself, and I'm like, you know, Sherita, you've always, like, you are the woman you've always wanted to be, and now you can finally see yourself as that, you know, versus I wish, I hope one of these days when I grow up. Y'all know what I mean. All right, for our next card, we have Iceberg Submerged. Iceberg, whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of conscious awareness will show up somewhere and somehow. These are your shadow aspects. At one time, you put them out of your consciousness for good reason, yet they remain contained by shame and guilt. Sometimes these submerged aspects of yourself are projected onto others so that they may mirror those denied or suppressed parts of you. And you may even harshly judge these characteristics when they are exhibited. Now is the time to allow these elements to surface and embrace them. These may make up some sort of self-expression, a secret dream you wish to accomplish, or even uglier aspects that are difficult to acknowledge or accept. Whatever you have submerged deep inside of you, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and welcome them to the family called you. Ah! Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm having a minor freak out. I love this. This is like, this is a Scorpio card if you ever saw one. Whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of your conscious awareness will show up somewhere and somehow. Guys, what I love about the shadow side is it's not anything to be feared. It's not anything to try and suppress. It's not anything that we have to like hide or be nervous or scared of or even have to fix. What does this card tell us directly? It says, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and to welcome them to the family called you. If something is in your shadow side, it's not that it's necessarily, you know, something that you have to hide from yourself. Maybe there was something you went through or a thought process you had at a time, and maybe at that time it benefited you to kind of suppress that at the moment. But now, during this rebirth of the new you, of recognizing who you really are, you can begin to release the things that don't align with your highest good. You can begin to release the thoughts and the feelings that are keeping you from where you want to be. You can begin to release the things that you've held submerged for so long, because now you're in a position to incorporate them beautifully, harmoniously, balanced in a balanced way within your life. It may have been negative or scary or dramatic in the past, but now it is something that you recognize that is a part of you. Okay, Drea says, if you've read my page lately, my post the other day is in total alignment with this card. What is happening right now in my consciousness? Once you learn to listen, it becomes easy. Abso-freaking-lutely. You are so right. You are so right. Because the thing of it is, guys, is that we're being guided and directed every single moment of every single day. There isn't we don't have to even really ask, oh my God, what do I do next? It's a moment of taking the time to go within and simply to listen, to allow yourself to be guided. And that is every single message that we've been getting these last 3 weeks. We've been getting these last 3 weeks. And what I love in particular, guys, is if you remember back to last spring, we were doing a lot of shadow work back in last spring. And here we are again, right back. And look how it came with the spring equinox card, Rebirth. These are the times. Last week, we were asked directly. Pele asked us, What is your heart? Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's truest desire? Be honest with yourself. What are you submerging? What do you really want? What do you not really want? What are you tolerating? What are you holding on to? What needs to be released? What needs to float to the top? What needs to percolate to the top? Because guess what? When it comes to the top, then we can do something about it. If it's something that is for our highest good, awesome. We can begin to incorporate it and to welcome it into the collective family that is us. If it's something that isn't, we can skim the top and throw it away. We can begin to release and let go in this new rebirth of who we are. And you know how that card just told us? Sometimes in this springtime, it can be painful. It can be painful because there are things that you've been holding, you've been submerging, you've been suppressing deep within you. Guys, I want to share something really, really deeply personal really quick. And it wasn't my intent just now, but all of a sudden Spirit's telling me just to share this. You know, I have a distinct reputation, a past reputation that I'm somewhat working my way out of. Now I've just embraced it. It is what it is. As a party girl, you know, there was a time where if I wanted to work, if I wanted to go to church, if I wanted to pray, if I wanted to meditate, whatever it was, I could not find anybody. But if I was like, let's go to happy hour, oh my God, my phone would blow up. If anytime anybody wanted to party, it was like, well, let's just call Sherita. We know she's down, right? So what's my point? What I started to realize was that there was this side of me that was like really high energetic, that really liked to go out and be around people and like to go out and play and, you know, just have fun and be free and X, Y, and Z. But, you know, in a grown-up adult America, you know, you're supposed to be like this and you're supposed to work 9 to 5 and blah, 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 blah. Well, as a result, this suppressed side of me that wanted to be like free and have fun and whimsical and be goofy and be silly, like I would try and hold it down. And it would come out in these explosive, like drunken moments of rants, of drunken craziness, of like just complete like, whoa, that bitch is crazy type situations, right? So what I started to realize all of a sudden was there was like these parts of me that I was suppressing. I was trying to contain myself to be normal, to fit in, right? And then I wondered why I always felt so wonky and why when all of a sudden I got drunk, I would become this completely other person. And so what I started to realize, guys, was there was like that was part of me, that high energetic wild side was like my shadow side that I was suppressing deep within. And I had to start finding ways to accept that as the family that's me. I had to start becoming comfortable with being a weirdo, with being the oddball, with being the high energetic one, with being, you know, the Pollyanna of the group, with being the one who's always perky and chipper and optimistic. Because let me tell you something, when you are that person, society will beat that the fuck out of you. Growing up, like, why are you always so happy? Like, why aren't you so happy? So my whole point, guys, is I started realizing, like, I used to think that something was wrong with me, and I was, you know, it wasn't that I was struggling with alcohol. It was just that, like, I would sometimes go just completely left field on booze. And what I realized was there was a side of me that was like trying to break free. And as I started to incorporate that, what I found was I had less desire to get hammered because that side of me, I could express it freely while I was being me. I didn't have to only express it in those moments, right? Oh, she's drunk. No, really, I'm always like this. You know, I'm always goofy. I'm always having fun. I'm always cracking jokes. I'm always completely inappropriate. I mean, you guys know that, right? But what I found was it started to create a more centered, balanced alignment within myself. So I didn't feel so wonky. I had to get comfortable being me. I had to let go of the thoughts and the feelings that I was an oddball, that I was a freak, that I was weird, that I was a black girl who talked white, that I was whatever other people had in their minds. Because really, at the end of the day, their judgments about me are more about them than really about me. And it allowed me to get free to be me. It allowed me to start to embrace what I felt was my shadow. But in reality, guys, it was a big part of the family of me. Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all, guys? Let me check and stop. Let me check. Okay, just want to check the comments here. So really what this card I really feel is guiding us to do is to really stop and think about what is within. Whether we perceive it as good or bad, what have we been suppressing? Is it an idea? Is it a thought? Is it, I've always wanted to be a ballerina? Is it that, you know what, I really do want to have piercings throughout my face and my ears and I want to be covered in tattoos, but, you know, the normal moms don't look like that, you know? Or is it something that with about yourself and your personality that society or a teacher or a parent told you, you know, you really shouldn't do that. You really should try and keep that to yourself. What are you not embracing? And what I also realized, guys, was that was also a big source, and I can only speak for me, but it was a huge source to my anxiety and my depression. And because I was suppressing, I was not in sync with myself, and I always felt so just cattywampus. That's the only word I can think of right now. It's just cattywampus. And so for me, as I began to embrace my whole self as is, as I was, and love myself unconditionally, which again, I think are some messages that we got last week about compassion and loving unconditionally ourselves and others in every situation. Being honest with ourselves about who we are and what we really want in life. Man. Okay, let me check the comments here. Drea says, makes total sense. Nicole says, absolutely. Thank you for being transparent. That's real talk. Guys, I don't share a lot of that, but, you know, every once in a while, I've come to realize that the people who I like to listen to and the people who I like to share experiences with are the people who like to share experiences with me. So if me sharing my embarrassing moments, because we all have them. The fact of the matter is we all have them, you know, to whatever varying degree. But if it helps to make someone else feel not so alone in the world, then by all means, I'm willing. Drea says, I actually just this year, 2018, has been one full of me shedding my skin. Not just saying it, yes, but I have been doing and feeling it. Girl, word. I have not been in this tune. I have not been this in tune in a long time. This is like the energy is here for all of us. I know exactly what you mean. I'm so excited for you, Drea. It's so amazing to see like these cycles of clarity and these cycles of consciousness and these cycles of enlightenment. And I always get excited, like, what else is to come? You know, when you think about, and this is the example I always use with people. I'm like, think about like the oldest monks in the world, you know, they're always still seeking more enlightenment. Like there's never never enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say there's never enough. There's never like a point where we just stop and go, okay, I'm completely enlightened in the world and I've reached the top level. Like, consciousness goes on and on and on, even after we leave this earth. So I just think that's really amazing. So guys, we have one more card, and when I first pulled these cards, I was like, where are we going with this, God? Not really sure I get it. So now that I've seen everything, let's dive into this third card really super fast. And I think it will make it all make sense. And honestly, you know what? I'm actually going to leave those two cards there. Because we just got this card last week. And I love how we just got it again. Drea says, being transparent is important because we need to feel welcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, just the thing that I've learned from a very practical standpoint is, you know, We hang around people we know, like, and trust. You know, we spend money with people we know, like, and trust. We, you know, pay attention to people we know, like, and trust. If you don't know me, you might not be, it makes it a little bit harder to like me and a little bit harder to trust me. So, and not that, you know, you need to know, like, and trust me, but if you're gonna watch a reading with me, I want you to know who I am and where I'm coming from, right? All right, guys, so this third card today, and we're gonna go right into it. Fog. You are enmeshed in confusion and uncertainty and are unsure if it will ever clear up. This is not the best time to make decisions, particularly any major ones. Know that this foggy veil will eventually dissolve. Although there may be ways you are unconsciously contributing to this state, the greater truth is that this is simply a cycle you are moving through. And like all things, this too shall pass. Allow yourself to feel confused. In fact, decide to be confused. Allow yourself to feel confused. In fact, decide to be confused. No matter what attempts you make right now to make things happen or move in any specific direction out of impatience or frustration, you risk only creating more confusion and uncertainty. So be still and patient. Wait for the first glimmer of awareness to lift the veil so that you can see the choices before you more clearly and can then choose to align yourself with the will of Spirit. So what do we see? You're in a place of rebirth right now. Everything is fresh. Everything is new. You're shedding your old skin, so to speak. You are being guided to go deep, to look deep down in. Hey, Valena, good morning. To look deep down within and see, what am I holding on to? Where in my shadow life? What is hiding in my shadow life? What have I been suppressing? What do I need to welcome into the family called me? Remembering, just because it's in the shadow doesn't mean it's bad. What do we need to welcome? What is submerged? What do we need to release to allow to float to the top? And really what I love about this, guys, is sometimes when we have to dive deep to go down and see what we've got anchored to the bottom, it gets a little murky, it gets a little foggy, it gets a little veiled. But as we release that ish that's down there submerged, and as it rises to the top, it gets clearer and clearer on what it is. And when it gets to the surface, we can see, yes, this I need to reincorporate back into me. Or this is that foamy, nasty shit that I need to skim off the top and throw away, right? Let it percolate. Good morning, Carly. Spring equinox, rebirth. I love our reading today. Everything, it's just really in line with everything we have gotten the last 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks. You're in a new position. You're shedding your old skin, walking into your new self. As you're doing so, what are you holding on to that is not aligned with your highest good? What is creeping around in your shadow? What is creeping around in the shadow? And veil, fog. If you're feeling a little foggy right now, if you're feeling a little confused, what did this card tell you? In those moments when you feel foggy, you confused, you feel frustrated, it told you don't force it. It said really just allow that frustration and that confusion to flow. And then it said, in fact, decide to be confused. Why? Because if you try and force a solution or an answer out of that confusion, you're only going to force more frustration, more confusion, right? So really just allow it to be. And as you allow it to be, you allow that whatever it is that's been submerged to rise to the top. And as it rises to the top, now it's clear. Now I can see what it is. Now the sun is coming out. It's burning off the fog. I can see what's on the top of the water. Okay, yeah, this I need to reincorporate. This I need to skim off the top and get rid of. You guys, what an amazing, amazing, amazing message today. I'm so excited about this. And one of the things that I love, because again, we haven't gone in depth on the shadow side since last spring. And I'm really thrilled to, you know, my Scorpio side loves diving into the shadow to see what's down in there. What's going on? What can we shed light on? Because if it stays hidden and it stays like tucked off in the corner, then it's twofold. Sometimes I'm missing something that's really awesome, that is a great addition to me right now. But other times I am holding on to a vibration, to a thing, to a thought, to a feeling, to a situation that is keeping me out of alignment with what I want. So shadow work is fun. It's exciting. And now that you are rebirthing, you are in this springtime, you are a new you. You are equipped to handle it. You're equipped to deal with whatever it is. With whatever it is. Melena said, spring cleaning, right? Yep. Exacta freaking mundo. Spring cleaning, spring tuning. Like Drea said, she's in a position where she's not only just been able to say, I'm shedding the old thoughts and the old feelings, but I am a new me. I feel a new me. I am being a new me. Cleaning up that, tuning in that vibration. And as we tune away or clean up all that other stuff, it helps us to more and more closely align with what it is that we're supposed to be doing. And the thing, guys, you know that I'm all about living your life purpose. Living your life purpose. So as you get clear and fine-tuned, like Drea said, it gets easier and easier. All you have to do is just, let me go within. Oh, going that way. Now we're going that way. And yep, I'm on track. It's not oh my God, I don't know. Tune in. You do know. Tune in. Drea says, it was very awesome and about shadow stuff. I'm glad we're looking there. Been working on my own shadow work let me tell you, it's amazing when you get to the core of some shit. Girl, oh my God, right? Seriously. You know, guys, sometimes, bear with me. Give me the words, Spirit. Some of you are going through some frustrations unnecessarily. And really, it's a good time to just get clear. It's a good time, and getting clear isn't just always about, you know, because I talk about that a lot. Get clear about what you want. Get clear about what you want. Get clear about what you want. You know, I say that all the time. But it's also about getting clear about what's going on within. Getting clear about what we're not paying attention to. And we talked about this extensively on Tuesday. By the way, thank you for those of you who tuned in on Tuesday's Goddess Activation. That was intense. Guys, we went 3.5 hours. We never go more than an hour. It was 3.5 hours, okay? And we talked a lot about there are times when we're just kind of skimming the surface. We're not going too high up. We're not going too far down. There are times when we're meant to do that. But now is a time you're being called. Some of you, your intuitions are starving right now for your attention. They are starved for your attention. And really, they're just asking you to go in and get deep. Because here's the thing, as you go in and you allow it to flow, you allow those things to bubble up to the surface, now you can start to deal with them. And what you'll find is because you're a new you and you're at where you're at, you're getting clearer every day, every cycle, every season, you're going to find, oh, well, that was some shit I was hanging on to that really doesn't even matter anymore. So I don't even deal with that. I don't deal with that person. I don't even deal with those things. So I actually can let this go. And there are going to be other things where you're going to go, oh my God, I have always wanted to do this. I have always wanted to see that. I've always wanted to go there. And it's going to be something that's going to reincorporate back into you. It's going to be something where maybe at the time it felt like a negative experience, but now it's like, oh my God, I know. I've already been there, done that. But now that I'm a new person, I know that it won't go that way. I can draw on my old experience and not have it be a hindrance to me. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking about me in my own life. There are times where we had boo-boos or F-ups and we were embarrassed and our ego was so bruised, and we try not to think about those times where we fell flat on our face and looked stupid and, you know, maybe even acted a fool and it was totally our fault and, you know, we just didn't want to admit it. And we try to ignore those things because they make us feel, what did that card tell us? Because those things that are submerged, they're usually submerged in guilt and shame. So now we're walking around holding on to a vibration of guilt and shame, wondering why we can't seem to move forward past something. But now is your season to let those things bubble to the surface, to allow yourself to feel that guilt and shame. Here's why. Because as you allow it, as opposed to suppressing it, and you can approach it with the clarity of the veil being lifted, you start to recognize, fuck that guilt and shame. I'm actually going through that situation, got me to where I'm at. Got me to the clarity. I've learned so much, and I am so grateful for the new woman that I am. Remember, our rebirth card told us sometimes rebirth can be a little bit painful, especially right before delivery. Sometimes we gotta allow that yuckiness to flow up so that we can release it. But what did it also tell us? Out of that yuckiness, out of that painfulness right before delivery comes something beautiful. Yes. Melena says, don't you know it? Yes. So guys, I really want to honor the energy because this is something I feel like I could go on and on and on and on and on to the break of dawn about, but the truth of the matter is, I think y'all get it. Y'all definitely feel it. If you came in a little bit late, I highly implore you to please come back and to check the beginning of the video, the first couple of cards, and yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about. So on that note, I think we should start to wrap up. Y'all, let's grab some water. Let's social it up one more time. I'm getting like, you just have to bear with me. I know I'm looking around a lot. I'm getting just crazy waves of energy right now. So I'm really, like, my body feels like it's doing this. So I'm really just trying to sit here and maintain and not look crazy. Ooh, my. Feels so good. Feels so good. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. So do me a quick favor before you go. Please make sure you hit that like button. Definitely hit the share button. And of course, make sure your notifications are turned on. For those of you on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And I will see you guys right back here tomorrow morning for our Monday reading. But in the meantime, if you would like to request your own reading, bear with me. I will post a link here shortly in the description, and we will make it happen, Captain. I love you guys lots. I wish you an amazing Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, go deep. Allow that shit to rise to the top, because when it rises to the top, we can start to do the happy dance and do something about it. Incorporate it in or skim off the top and get it the fuck out of here. Love you lots, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.